Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers in the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 5 in our Night Before Christmas series. It's a lamp book that we're making, incorporating a little golden book, The Night Before Christmas. Now, this is one of the back foot flap pieces that we're going to use. We're going to make another one just like it, not the exact elements, but the same layout as far as the way it opens. So far we've got our front cover, and this opens up. I'm not going to untie it and do it, but suffice it to say it opens up just like this does. Okay, so then you open this up here, and we've got the diagonal fussy cut pocket with a card. Then we have, I've taken the card out so that we can work on the the rest of the book. But the card goes here inside the CD cover, and there's a tab and a little snowflake charm on it. Take that back out, and then this opens this way, and this is our writing space and our Santa Claus. This is a double belly band, which has the writing card here and the music paper here. Then it goes back to here, and then it opens this way. This is the pages we're going to be working on today. And then page 4 I want to talk about for a second. We had put this flap on, and the more I looked at it, the more I did not like this light blue. The poinsettias or poinsettias are a good match for this, but I decided that I absolutely hated it, so I cut the flap off. I wanted to use this paper with this, so I wanted to save that. Plus, when you open the flap, excuse this for a second and I'll talk about that. This is brown. I thought for a minute there it was that burgundy, but I didn't look at it close enough, and it's actually brown. And so I disliked everything about it. I didn't like the blue. This is a pocket with Velcro dots, which all of this is going to be sacrificed. I'm going to try to recover the dots off of here, which I should be able to. Yeah, I'll get the dots off of there so that I can reuse them. So this is basically going to be thrown away as a bad idea. I had this on here as a decoration, and I'm going to remake this page, but I'm going to remake it off camera because we've already gone over how to make the flap, how to make the envelope, so that's all the same. Okay. Anyway, I wasn't able to recover this. If I'd have just cut it off, I would have had it, but no, I decided to try to tear it off because it had a little bit of a thickness to it, and I thought for sure I could take it off. So apparently Fabri-Tac works good on that. So we're going to get rid of this, and I'm not going to throw it away because I want to get the dots off of it. Now, the rest of the page, I've decided to put stacked pockets, and what that means is when I glue them on, this envelope or this pocket, I'm only going to glue the sides, and then the bottom. Then this one, I'm going to glue all 3 sides. That makes this pocket back here a full-length pocket. This will be a full-length pocket all the way down to here, and it'll be glued on to there. I'm also going to add a bottom flap off camera, but it's just going to be like the exact same one as on the top. So I'm just going to do the whole thing off camera because it's just a remake and there's no reason to go ahead and do it again on camera. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. So now today we're going to be working on page 5. We're going to use a piece of ephemera, which is a Santa Claus picture. What I did was I took one of these pages. There's two, and I cut it apart for the images, for the pieces, like this. And I'm going to use a square one, which is this one out of that page. And then we're going to cut a window, and then we're going to put that behind it, and everything will be good. Okay, so we're going to make a couple of flaps and a pocket and a policy closure and all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so now as far as the parts we're going to use, I've cut the paper. We're going to use this, which I really like. Then we're going to use these for the flaps that go over. This flap's going to go over. There's going to be a flap from the bottom and a pocket on the bottom. And then this top flap is going to have a hole with the image behind it, a backing, and a pocket. So we're going to have some fun. So let's take the paper off the book. And then we're going to do page 6 too. This might be a little bit longer than an hour video, but we need to get these pages done, and that'll get these last 2 pages done in this whole section. Okay? All right, so let's set this to the side. This is our page. So now we need to make a top flap, and I think I wrote down 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. I think this one will do it. I think I was going to use this piece, and it's directional. I can use this for the pocket and the bottom piece. If I use this for the top flap, or if I use this for the pocket, I don't have enough for the bottom piece. Oh, it doesn't matter because this is going to be the pocket on the bottom. I cut the papers, but I wasn't, or I grabbed the scraps, but I guess I didn't really plan it out that much. Okay, so we're going to use this one. And I kind of like the height. We're just going to make it a little bit narrower. So let's make it 3 3/4. Long. If we made it 4, that would make it 3 1/2. Okay. Then we're going to make it apparently that's going to be our bottom flap. We're going to make it 5 1/4 long. And 4 inches tall. On this side, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And that'll make our flap. So it goes this way. So we're going to score it at 1/2. And turn it upside down and score it at 1/2, and that will be easier. doesn't need to be scored that much, but it's so hard for me to see it on this patterned paper. Now, I'm going to, off camera, trying to decide. This is a good length for the paper, but if we put the window in, we're not going to have enough room for the closure. Sure we will. We'll just have to be careful where we put it. So I've already made the 2 policy closure circles. Those are 1-inch circles, and then of manila folder with 1-inch circles of paper attached to the top. We're going to go ahead and fold this so that when we cut the picture in there, the picture hole, that we have a better idea of where we're going with it. And in fact, I'm going to fold it up just for reference. And off camera, I'm going to cut the square and put the acetate on, because you've seen me do that several times, and it takes up a little bit of time on camera. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be right back. So now I've got the window cut and the acetate inside. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our image. Oh, that worked out fine. We can have the red border all the way around. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue around the window and not around the image, and try to figure out how to get it centered. Okay, so let's put the glue around the window, because we're going to cover this, so it doesn't matter where. I think I'm making my glue too big. I don't want it to ooze out over. I'm almost afraid that it's going to. So now we want to center this. So that our red border is even all the way around, like so. I'm just wiping off any little extra glue that oozed out. I did have a lot of glue on there. Okay, now we're going to add this on. And the reason we're doing this first is because when we put the back paper on, it will cover the brad and it will cover this. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead . I had that paper out because it's easier to cut the acetate on something that isn't this clear or white or something like that. You can see the acetate better. So we're going to go with the smaller hole in the crocodile. I'm going to punch the hole in the center. We're going to draw a circle. Where we want to put this, and then we'll punch that out. Oops. We'll get out our brad. I'm using gold. So we're using gold book corners. I'm going to go ahead and get out 2 because we need one for the top and one for the bottom. Gonna have to buy some more. And just push this through here. And then push this through here. And then I'm going to use white twine, or bookbinding thread actually. I'm going to push this flat. And then just to keep it from moving around underneath the paper, I'm going to put a small piece of tape on it. It kind of holds it where we want it to be. Okay, so now we've got this. Very cute. Now we're going to go ahead and put this on the paper because we need to align our bottom circle and brad up with this. Okay, and we need to put the pocket on first. So in order to judge how high up we want our pocket, I think I want it even with where it says "Let It Snow," and possibly on the bottom of that. That way the let it snow shows. Say that 10 times fast. I'm going to line it up with the top. I think cutting that window off camera saved us a lot of time. This was inspired by a page by Miss Paint-A-Lot, and you can find her YouTube channel at, it's called Miss Paint-A-Lot. Her and her husband used to do furniture, so he's Mr. Fix-It and she's Miss Paint-A-Lot, but she makes gorgeous books now, folios, folders, things like that. So now we're going to put our bottom pocket on. No, we're going to cover the back of the flap. And we're going to use a piece of the blue, I think. Yeah, the piece of the, oops, I got a little bit of glue that oozed through. This isn't dry yet. Okay, so while that's drying, let's work on the pocket. So I'm wondering, oh yeah, these are red. So I think I better make a green pocket. That matches. I want my flap to be green. We make a solid pocket of green. Or do we want a solid pocket of the red? Because this would still... Let's go ahead and make the hole in this. It's a little off center, but I had already started with the punch, so we're not going to put the hole in the pocket. Oh, when we cut the window out, you end up with this piece here, and it's got little cutouts around the edge, so that would make a very nice little pocket or something, so be sure to keep that. Let's cut this. Yeah, I don't want it to... it's too bad we can't see that. Or if I put it down just a little bit so we see the little stars. I think that little bit shorter is better. I don't know though, then you'd see the snow. Oh, there's a line right there. Could go right across that line. Yeah, we'll do that. The width is going to be the same though. Let's measure the height of our pocket. Boy, I had to take a bunch of ibuprofen. How is this not right? So it's this piece. Okay. So we want it to be here. Let's move it over just a little bit so we can mark for the height. Now, before we glue it on, we need to put the matching one of these on here. So I am going to temporarily paper clip this on so it doesn't move while I'm measuring. So we're going to want this, let's go straight down about here. Where did my pen go? How very interesting. So very aggravating. This will be shiny. So I should be able to see it. Okay, now we want to take this off. You guys know that I have OCD, right? So if you want to see something funny, all the paper clips in my paper clip holder, my little box, all go the same way. It's a curse and a blessing sometimes. You can find stuff easily. So we're going to make this hole. And then we're going to put the brad in there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a flap and put the hole in the flap that comes up. I don't know what I was thinking. So we can glue this on. It'll just be shorter, which is fine. It'll show us these little green ones. Oh, that's where we were going to have it anyway. Okay. We can glue this on. I'm so silly. Oh, I put my pen in my pencil holder, go figure. I just want to make sure this is going to be okay facing sideways. Or do I want to do this, right? Which I think is a little busy. We're going to glue it on 3 sides. It's going to be a regular pocket. And I'll make a card for it off camera. It would have been okay to put it in the pocket. Let's see if we can use this still. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to end up with a deer butt. It's got to be a pattern. Let me look at my scraps here for a second. I have all these scraps so far. Oh. Oh, I've got that. Let's see what that looks like. You could make it as wide as where it says, look a lot like Christmas. Line it up. I wanted to put a magnet on here. Then the tie will be kind of a pretend closure, because the other one I did that was similar to this top corner, do you know what I mean? It didn't really lay flat. So let's do that first before I forget. Yeah, this is too narrow, I think. Oh, actually it's not. Would be less of a craziness, wouldn't it, than this. That would be too much. Okay, let's put our magnet on. I almost forgot. And one for behind the paper. Okay, we want to put it. I'm going to put it in the center. That way the magnet is the true closure, even though we're going to put the string on there. Because when you pull this to tighten it, you see how that kind of lifts if you do it a little bit too tight with the magnet on there. Okay. Then we know for sure we can tie the string a little bit looser on the top. And it will still stay shut. Okay. Let's put this on here. We can line it up with here. Well, okay. I'm cutting it off so that it lines up there with the whole the string tie right below it. This way you have to open this to get the card out. That's the whole point of it. Okay? And to have the little picture there. I wrote this down, but it was a little difficult to kind of picture in your head to write it all down ahead of time. So I'll go back through the instructions before I type it up. Remember, you get the free PDF, the tutorial step-by-step PDF that goes along with the videos. if you're a member of the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. So you might want to go over there. I'm going to make a mark right here. Then I'm going to score it a 1/2 inch past that. Where did I mark it? Oh, it should be at the top or the bottom. Alright, let's try that again. That's crazy. There it is. Okay, 2 1/2, so let's make it 3. And then we're going to score it at 2 1/2. So we're going to put the 1/2 inch there. Fold our flap. And I think if I just do this, line it up, put this on here where I want it. Yeah, that's not lined up. That way I can put it on before I wish it was in the center. Well, I'm going to go for it. Thought I had lost my circle. Now if I wanted to, in fact I think I will. I can take just a hair off of this side and then they'll line up. Okay. I'm going to hook this on here. The reason I didn't go ahead and put the circle on first is because it would make a lump where I'm trying to hold it down to glue. Probably doesn't make that much difference, but I might as well make it easier on myself. Okay. Take our brad. And then we're going to put a decal. Oops. Yeah, we're going to open the legs, but not yet. Yeah, the hole's a little crooked. So if I turn it like that, it'll look a little better. Oh, look at that. Handy. Never had that happen before. I must have tried to use it before. You know what I mean? Invent it. I think I'm going to keep this though, because I can break this other piece off and then use it as a piece like that. Actually, we're going to put a little hidden pocket down here, or we could just put a sticker over it. Let's see how close I got. Huh. Looks straight to me. Okay. All we have left to do is put the string, and I'm going to use my Merry Christmas white. Which I haven't used before. There we go. So then all we want to do, want the string to hang down on that one, so we're going to tie it on this one. You're just going to make a knot so that it goes up underneath. And you're going to trim this off. I almost trimmed the wrong one. Then we're going to make this piece long enough. Now we want it to be tight enough here that this flap does not stick up. So we're going to do that. And we're going to do this. And I'll undo it when I go to put the card in. Oops, so you have to be careful. Maybe we won't crisscross it. Just do it like that. Go. Now we've got that. And we can put it in the book and I'll make a card for it later. I like that. No, we're not done. Well, I'll put the sticker on the back of here because I don't have one picked out yet. Well, let's just look and see. How did I manage that? There we go. I almost wish I wonder if we should put a magnet on that. Thinking I should. And then cover it when we cover this. Put it right next to it. You know what I could do though? I could just glue this down. Let's do that instead. Then we don't have to worry about opening it at all. So we didn't really need to, well, gluing it on as a flap gave us that little extra, I mean making it around the corner with the, yeah, that's going to be a lot better. Okay, that makes us done. And it'll be better once we glue the page down as well, because we'll have the tension of it already being on the page. What is the deal? Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I like this page. I like the window. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do the back of the top flap. Okay, I'll do that off camera to save some time. I'm just going to cover the back with the dark blue. And before I actually glue the blue down, I'm going to stencil it with our Jingle Bell Christmas stamp. Stencil. And then I'm going to put a pocket to cover the bread. Okay? Make sure it's right side up in the book. How cute is that? Okay, so cover the back of this flap. Stencil the paper first, so measure it. You're going to measure this to cover the entire thing. I'm going to use the dark blue, and then I'm going to take one of these scraps that I have, a bigger one, and make a pocket that matches the front, and stencil across the blue before you put it down. Okay? So that's all that's left to do on that. So I'm going to put that right there so I don't forget. This page is going to be easy. We're going to cover the page and we're going to make a pocket. Now we're going to cover the page with the pattern up because we don't want to make the solid pocket. Well, you know, do the solid and make the pocket yeah, that's not wide enough. You could put it up higher and make it a tuck. Let's do that, then we can use a bigger writing card. And that will match page before. Or let's make the pocket out of this. And then it will match these little buttons, but not be too matchy-matchy. Yeah, we can make a tuck out of that. We'll round the corner. Okay, so let's cut this. Cutting it that way, cutting across the top first, gives us a bigger square for the scrap. I'm even saving these and use them as trim. And I'm probably going to put something right here. of the tuck. So let's do it this way. So that means we're going to round this corner. I'm going to glue these two sides. And then I'll make a large card off camera. We don't really have a lot of pockets. It's also a good way to use up our scraps. We've gone through a lot of paper. Remember, I've got the solids pad, the 12 by 12 pad, and the 8 by 8 pad of the Let It Snow series. So that was about $50, maybe a little more. So you definitely want to use up your scraps. Now that's going to look nice. A nice complement. I think putting this next to that would have been too busy, because we've got this pattern as well. Sorry, I'm not talking very much. I'm doing a lot of thinking. Thinking, not inking. I think this turned out fine without ink. I think the dark blue ink on the edge of the paper actually would not have looked very, very good. Nor the red. I like this burgundy color. I'm worried about our cover being the brighter red. It'll match the little golden book. Oh, I was going to make the thing out of this. Okay, so we got our 2 pages done. Except for the back of this, which is easy to do off camera. In fact, I could just cover it in this and add the pocket. Okay, instead of the blue. Then that would match. Because you know I got to get all matchy-matchy. You know how I said I was going to do this off camera? Look at that. It's only a 10-second thing. Might as well do it. Now we've got to leave this little part because we've got the flap, okay? Let's put the glue under. Would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? And then it'll be the same as this. You get to see more of it instead of just the plain. Let's do that. Too much matchy-matchy. We don't want to have that. Even though it does all match. I just couldn't deal with that poinsettia with the bright blue background. It just didn't. It matches this because that's the same little thing, but we weren't putting it against that. You know, we weren't putting it next to it. It did not complement it at all. I think those poinsettias are too big. Maybe not for a pocket. You know, maybe I can salvage part of the flap. Part I didn't tear apart. Wish I'd left that on there now. Okay, make sure it's right side up. And that covers all of our stuff. Make sure you get it glued down good right here. That's where our brad is. And our magnet. Okay. And I'm thinking instead of a pocket, I'm thinking we could make a tuck here too so you can see the Let It Snow. Or a pocket this way. Wonder if we could do a hidden one. Almost. You see how I said we were going to do it off camera and then I came back and did it? I just can't help it. And then I can decorate that, which I'll definitely do off camera. I'm wondering if I might want to make it a little bit shorter. Nope. That way we've got it done. I don't like to do too much of the, you know, just give you a bunch of directions of stuff that I should have showed you what I meant. And then just send you off on your merry way. Your Merry Christmas way. Check this against here, make sure it isn't sticking out. So see, that makes it look finished. And then when you open it, you've got this. And we'll put something here. Probably one of these. You know, with the, that's vertical. So I've got those. Okay. Yeah, that still ended up only being 1 minute and 5, or 1 hour and 5. Okay, so we've got that. And it looks nice where it comes out. If it had the flap had gone the other way, we could have put a charm on it. Something to think about. If you want to put this the other way, and the eyelets over here, I mean the circle closures over here, then you can easily do that. And then you could put a charm on this. So that's a thought that I didn't think of until just now. I do not like this bookbinder's thread very much to do this. I like some sort of a string better. I really wanted to use this. But, yeah, I'll just leave it for right now. That way it's closed. Okay. That goes like that. So now we've got this, this is our page that gets glued to the book. Okay. This opens up, so that goes this way. Then we've got this and our thing here, and then our page that's glued to the book, and then we've got a big giant pocket, hidden pocket, that I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there. If I had another one of these papers, which I might make a hidden card as well, because I really like this picture. Okay, just a thought. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.